Iron is the most common nutritional deficiency in babies from 6 months of age onward, and this deficiency does not show up in an obvious way at first. The baby does not present a clear symptom that makes the parent immediately realize something is wrong. During complementary feeding, which is recommended to continue until 2 years of age, the goal is for the baby to experience the widest possible variety of foods with different textures and flavors. But some nutrients require special attention during this phase, and iron is the most important of them. In this video, you will learn the 5 most iron-rich foods that should be part of your baby's diet and why each one of them is essential for healthy development. If you want more content like this about baby nutrition, subscribe to the channel. We publish every week. Now let's get into it. Number 1. Red meat. Red meat is the main source of bioavailable iron in a baby's diet. The iron found in meat is called heme iron, and it has a characteristic that sets it apart from the iron found in plant foods: its absorption rate. While plant-based iron has an absorption rate that ranges between 2 and 20%, the heme iron in red meat is absorbed at rates of up to 30%. This means the baby's body makes far greater use of the iron from meat than from any other food source. Why does this matter so much from 6 months onward? Up to 6 months of age, the baby uses the iron reserves accumulated during pregnancy. Those reserves begin to deplete exactly when complementary feeding starts. If iron is not adequately replenished through food, the baby develops iron deficiency anemia. Iron deficiency anemia in early childhood is not simply about fatigue and paleness. It directly affects brain development and can permanently compromise cognitive and motor abilities, even after the anemia has been treated. Studies show that children who had iron deficiency in the first years of life perform worse on developmental assessments even after hemoglobin levels have returned to normal. Beef liver deserves special attention here. It is one of the most concentrated sources of iron available in food and can be introduced once a week as a complement to the diet. It should always be well cooked and offered in small amounts, in a texture appropriate for the baby's stage. How to offer red meat. It should always be well cooked and offered in a texture suitable for each phase. In the early months of introduction, meat can be cooked longer to make it easier to mash or shred finely, mixed into purees, or offered as an unsalted meat broth to enrich other preparations. As the baby advances through textures, soft shredded pieces are appropriate options. The important thing is that meat is present in the baby's diet from the very beginning of complementary feeding, not only when the baby is older. Number 2. Chicken liver. Chicken liver is one of the most nutritionally dense foods available for babies during complementary feeding. Beyond iron, it is a source of vitamin A, vitamin B12, folic acid, and zinc, nutrients directly linked to the baby's immune, visual, and brain development. In terms of iron specifically, chicken liver has a much higher concentration than conventional red meat. A small portion of chicken liver provides an amount of iron that would be difficult to reach with other foods in a single meal. Many parents avoid liver because of its flavor or because they are unsure how to prepare it. But chicken liver has a milder flavor than beef liver, which makes it easier for babies to accept. When well prepared, it can be a valuable and regular addition to the baby's diet. How to offer it. Chicken liver should always be well cooked. It can be sautéed with garlic and onion, with no added salt, and then mashed or blended to the appropriate texture for the baby's stage. In the early months of introduction, it can be mixed with sweet potato or pumpkin puree to soften the flavor and make it easier to accept. The recommended frequency is 1 to 2 times per week, in small amounts. Number 3. Beans and lentils. Beans and lentils are the main sources of plant-based iron available for babies during complementary feeding. They are accessible, versatile, and highly nutritious, and should be present in the baby's diet from the very beginning of the introduction of solids. The iron found in beans and lentils is non-heme iron, which has a lower absorption rate than the heme iron in meat. However, there is a simple and effective strategy to increase the absorption of plant-based iron, combining beans or lentils with foods rich in vitamin C in the same meal. Vitamin C significantly increases the absorption of non-heme iron. This means that offering beans alongside a citrus fruit such as orange, acerola, or kiwi in the same meal, or combining beans with tomato or bell pepper in the preparation, enhances the body's use of the iron. Beyond iron, beans and lentils are rich in plant protein, fiber, folic acid, and zinc. Lentils have an additional advantage over beans. They cook faster and do not require soaking, which makes preparation easier in daily life. How to offer them? Beans and lentils should be well cooked until very soft. In the early months of introduction, they can be mashed or passed through a strainer to reach a smoother texture. As the baby advances, they can be offered whole and soft. The bean broth, with no added salt or industrialized seasoning, is also a good option for enriching other preparations. The ideal frequency is daily or near daily, as part of the baby's lunch or dinner. Number 4. Egg. Egg is one of the most complete foods from a nutritional standpoint and one of the most accessible sources of iron for babies during complementary feeding. Beyond iron, it contains high-quality protein, essential fats, zinc, vitamin D, vitamin B12, and choline, a nutrient that plays a key role in brain development. The egg yolk is the part richest in iron. It is also where most of the other essential nutrients are concentrated. Vitamin D, choline, and healthy fats are found primarily in the yolk. For this reason, egg should always be offered whole, with both white and yolk together. An important point about egg during complementary feeding: it is an allergen and should be introduced with care. On the first offer, observe your baby for a few hours. Signs of an allergic reaction include skin rashes, swelling, vomiting, and breathing difficulty. If any of these signs appear, seek medical attention immediately. If the introduction happens without any reaction, continue offering egg regularly. Current scientific evidence shows that early and regular introduction of egg reduces the risk of egg allergy. It does not increase it. How to offer it: egg should always be fully cooked during complementary feeding. Scrambled egg, mashed hard-boiled egg, and soft omelet with no added salt or seasoning are safe and practical options. The recommended frequency is 3 to 4 times per week as part of the baby's main meals or snacks. Number 5. Spinach and dark leafy greens. Spinach and other dark leafy greens such as kale, chard, and broccoli are important sources of plant-based iron and a range of other essential nutrients for the baby: calcium, vitamin K, vitamin C, folic acid, and antioxidant compounds. Like beans and lentils, the iron in dark leafy greens is non-heme iron, with a lower absorption rate than meat iron. The strategy to enhance absorption is the same: combine with vitamin C-rich foods in the same meal. There is an important detail about spinach that parents should know. It contains compounds called oxalates, which in large amounts can reduce the absorption of calcium and iron. This does not mean spinach should be avoided, but that it should not be the only vegetable offered to the baby, and that the amount should be moderate. Rotating between spinach, kale, broccoli, and chard is the best approach. Another relevant point is the taste formation window. Babies between 6 and 9 months are in the phase of greatest receptivity to new flavors, including bitter ones. Introducing dark leafy greens during this phase significantly increases the chances of the baby accepting and enjoying these foods throughout life. When parents avoid leafy greens because the baby makes a face on the first offer, they lose this window. A face does not mean permanent rejection. It means the flavor is new. Studies show that a baby needs to be exposed to the same food between 10 and 15 times before developing familiarity and acceptance. How to offer them: dark leafy greens should be well cooked and offered in a texture appropriate for the baby's stage. In the early months of introduction, they can be mashed or mixed into purees with other vegetables with a more neutral flavor, such as sweet potato or pumpkin. As the baby advances through textures, they can be offered finely chopped or in small, soft pieces. Steamed broccoli cooked until very soft is a great option for the baby to hold with their hands in the more advanced stages of complementary feeding. Iron deficiency in the first years of life has consequences that go far beyond what most parents imagine. It is not just about an abnormal blood test. It is about a nutrient the baby's brain needs to develop correctly, and whose absence during this time window can leave permanent marks. Red meat, chicken liver, beans and lentils, egg, and dark leafy greens. 5 accessible, safe, and iron-rich foods that should be part of the baby's daily diet from the very start of complementary feeding. The description of this video has a free guide with the complete first-year feeding plan: what is safe, what to avoid, and when to introduce each food. Just click and download. In the next video, we cover everything you need to know to start complementary feeding the right way. See you then.